Guys, I have an emergency video with you and I have to keep it completely real and honest. Right now, we are seeing the crypto market as we made a video last night where I said there's going to be a huge move in the next 24 hours. And what is exactly happening is the bearish outcome for this breakout. So last night we were nearly approaching apex and I said in the next 24 to 48 hours, something huge is going to happen. And what ended up happening was the bearish scenario. So right now, Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies are breaking down from their support levels, are breaking down from this recovery structure. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you whether you should be selling your cryptos. What should you be doing in this situation? Because it is getting very critical. What's up, Miles? It's ladies and gentlemen here. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you love cryptocurrencies and subscribe so you do not miss these time-sensitive videos that can make or break you lots of money. If you want to get access to the most profitable trading community for cryptocurrencies, go ahead, join my Patreon. The link is in my video description below. My Patreon, I'm putting out constant day trade alerts, and there's going to be a new crypto coming out at the end of this month that's potentially going to 50x to 100x. Literally within days, just like we did with Shiba Inu. And if you want to get access to that, you must join the Patreon. You will get early access to that cryptocurrency. And also, if you want to learn how to chart day trade cryptocurrencies and everything you need to know about cryptocurrencies, join and watch my course. It is $40 off right now. The link is milesginvestments.teachable.com. So we're going to go ahead and dive straight into the content. So make sure you follow all of my socials, check out all the links in my video description, and don't forget to get your 2 free stocks from WEBULL worth up to $3,500. All you have to do is create an account with my link below, deposit 1 penny. So let's go ahead and dive straight into the content. So as we are seeing, the market overall is red everywhere, but there are some cryptocurrencies that are making us money, and that is none other than Cardano. We have Cardano. We do have some other coins that are making us money, but Cardano is up 10% and nearly 40% the last 7 days. This is absolutely crazy. And Miles, why is this happening? Well, if we continue to go down the chart, we see pretty much everything is red. So the market is having a red day, and that is happening because it is, of course, a holiday. The stock market isn't opened up. And whenever the stock market is closed based on a holiday, a lot of times there is volatility because there's low volume, and it allows other markets, other countries, whales to manipulate prices, to bring prices down so that they can buy cheaper. It basically just allows for manipulation. But sometimes, even on holidays, there can be very bullish times. But we must understand that most of the money that is traded in the crypto market is traded by the big whales and institutions in Wall Street. And whenever they are on vacation, they're at home. They're not buying cryptos. They're not pumping money into cryptos. They're not selling. They're not doing anything for the most part. So that's why we do see a lot of times on these holidays red in the markets. But the stock market is going to open tonight for sure. That is the futures. The futures market is getting ready, is starting to move right now. And some of the futures markets are moving a little bit in the red. So based on what happens with the futures tonight and tomorrow morning, will most likely lead and guide cryptocurrencies tomorrow to where they're going to be, whether it's going to be red or green. So we have the futures kicking off right now. We're not much volume or activity with them, but let's go ahead and dive straight into the content, the very juicy stuff, and make sure you watch into the end because I have some very important information that you cannot miss. And before we get into that really good juicy stuff, just really quickly, if you want to be able to trade cryptocurrencies tax-free, go ahead in my link in my video description and create an iTrust Capital account. If you open up an account, they will fund you $100 for free. Now, it's a great platform where you can literally trade cryptocurrencies tax-free. You can trade all day long, every day for 0 fees. They have a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies that they have over there. So that way you don't have to worry about making so much money and paying taxes and capital gains. Even for younger people, I highly recommend this to you because you can pull out your money anytime and you will overcome these crazy taxes that they are trying to get you with. So definitely check it out. It's in my video description or my top pinned comment. So let's take a look at this. Cardano price surges on Sunday swap DEX catalyst. So what we are seeing here precisely, and the reason for Cardano continue to go up like crazy while the market is bearish, is because none other than this. There's actually a whole bunch of other news, but this is definitely a huge part of it. So they're coming out with this Sunday swap here very soon that I believe is going to be launching on Thursday, the 20th. Now, I personally believe that this is a buy the rumor, sell the news event, as has happened for Cardano many times before. So if we go ahead and take a look at the price of Cardano, we see Cardano continue to pump like crazy, and we are buying this in the Patreon. This thing's almost $1.60. While the market is bearish and things are going crazy, Cardano is pumping. So congratulations if you are a Cardano holder, and let me know in the comments below if you hold Cardano. Now, I personally believe that Cardano, this is just my opinion, not financial advice, will most likely pump until very close to the launch of that Sunday swap DEX. So it would be very likely that Thursday morning, depending on how the crypto market moves, the market is very bullish, we might actually see a pullback or a correction from Cardano, which we could see Cardano continue to pump, almost to $2. That's certainly possible. We've seen it before with Cardano. Cardano can do some crazy things. So because of this catalyst for Cardano, which is actually a very, very good thing for investors and Cardano alone, we are seeing Cardano pump while the market is red. But let's really get into the content and make sure you continue watch, because I have some very important information. So what we are seeing is that cryptos, the whole market, we are seeing Bitcoin, we are seeing most of cryptocurrencies, which we can see at the Bitcoin chart. We're actually seeing the crypto market get a rejection off of this top level here, which is a resistance level, and coming down to the support level, which we did end up breaking. And if we take a look at Ethereum, we can see the market is certainly breaking down significantly. So this could be the start of another correction. We could be heading lower. That's certainly a possibility. And if we really zoom out, if I go ahead and take off all these indicators, if we go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, if I take a look and zoom out, it is certainly not looking good at all. This is the weekly time frame. And what we are seeing is that Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is actually forming a lower low. So Bitcoin did have a correction from $30,000 in back of last summer. And we ended up continuing, and we went to $52,000, having a correction, bottoming out at $38,000, which was the higher low. Then we continued all the way up to about $70,000. And since we hit $70,000, we have continued every single week to go down and to be red. So there's been a very significant correction for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin right now, as we see in these weekly closes, is actually closing below the previous support levels. And that is not a very good sign. But what is completely realistic is, yes, we can continue to go lower in the crypto market, which means that Bitcoin could certainly head lower, potentially to the levels that we mentioned a couple of videos ago, which you should definitely watch my previous videos. But Bitcoin can certainly come down to the next support level if we do continue to break down from here to about $37,000. And if we don't hold that, we will continue to head lower. So from the top to the bottom, Bitcoin could have a correction of approximately 60%. Which happens in many bull runs. But if Bitcoin is correcting 60%, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, a lot of the smaller coins will correct much bigger. And that's surely a strong possibility. But there's also another potential situation that is happening. As I've been mentioning in my previous videos today, yesterday, and so forth, we also are potentially recovering here. In this recovery, ever since we started to bounce up, we have been forming some support structure and some recovery structure, which in a sense is good. So what we do look at is that we look at this low, we look at this high. So we have an opportunity to form our first next low, which in that case would be our next higher low. So based on what happens this week and in the next coming weeks, we could certainly see what is going to be next for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And as we are seeing ever since we've come to this level, we've tried to move up a little bit, but we are still trading sideways. So things are very boring in the market right now. Things are very slow. There is going to be some changes taking place here very soon. Now, while Bitcoin is going down, what we can measure here exactly is the Bitcoin dominance is hitting very, very low numbers. And when Bitcoin dominance is hitting very low numbers and crashing like this, what that actually provides is the altcoins an opportunity to pump like they've never had before, as a lot of experts are calling the biggest altcoin season we've ever had. When Bitcoin dominance continues to go lower, which means that Bitcoin dominance right now is at a 39, and if it continues to go lower than that, which typically it stays at 50%, 60%, sometimes in those ranges, and when we continue to go lower than these very historic lows, that means that a lot of money is going to be flowing into these altcoins, as we are starting to see this year. A lot of these new coins are popping up. The smaller coins are outperforming the market like we've never seen before. So these are certainly some things to consider. And if you've got something out of the video so far, give this video a thumbs up. So personally, my opinion, the way we are breaking down from these charts is bearish. And I'm thinking that we are going to head a little bit lower. But I also, in my opinion, which is not financial advice, I think that we are still very close to the support level. the bottom of this whole bearish market, the bear market, that we will soon, within the next 60 days or so, I'm thinking a lot less than 60 days, going to have a strong recovery, meaning that we are maybe going to come down and bounce off somewhere in this level and then have a strong recovery, meaning that most cryptocurrencies will make 30, 40, 50% gains here in the next several months to come. And in addition to that, what I personally have been doing is I have been lightening up my bags, keeping a lot of cash on the side for these big dips. But what is recommended if you're not a trader, if you don't know technical analysis, is the long game generally always wins. The turtle always outpaces the hare. We've seen it many times before. And what the best thing to do is to dollar cost average, in my opinion. What that specifically means is that every time there's a significant crash or correction to the market, if you have cash on the side, you continue to add to your big bags of Bitcoin, Ethereum, your strong cryptocurrencies. Because the small meme coins, these small little altcoins, when the market is correcting, when the market is crashing, when things are very bearish, they correct much faster, much further than Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the really big cryptos. So you want to be properly diversified in cryptocurrencies, as I help you to do in the Patreon. But I'm also certainly looking forward to this crazy altcoin season that is about to take place, as we are seeing right here in the Bitcoin dominance chart. And what that means is that Bitcoin will continue to go lower or potentially consolidate, and Ethereum and some of the altcoins, Cardano, XRP, some of these awesome, really good projects that have a good future like Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, will be blasting off and doing some crazy things this year, especially with all the catalysts that are coming out. Now, if you've gotten something out of the video, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate your support, as I do read all of your comments. I do watch all of them. I really appreciate everything, and I will see you all later.